Hello, Vlogalogue. My video is late. Yes, I'm sorry guys. It's only a day late though, which just means that on the owls, excuse me, but no. On our first week, I buggered it up because it's meant to be her day and I pushed everybody a day forward because I'm an idiot and I apologise, and well, life is hard. Being an adult is hard. For those of you who don't know, I recently got a new job and I work in the video game industry. I work in a small technology startup. There are 15 of us and we do video gamey things, and I can't talk about it because non-disclosure agreements are fun and yay, but I can't. It's good working video game. So I think I've said this a few times all over the internet, but I think that video games are probably the most important medium that we have as humans. They're better than TV because you're an active participant. They're better than music because they're also a visual medium, and they are better than books, which pisses a lot of people off because books are based in language and video games are not. They are based in, I mean, they can be based in language, let's not pretend that some aren't, but they are based in mechanics, and mechanics are genderless, raceless, cultureless, languageless. Mechanics are really cool. I don't think that, like, when you play the latest Call of Duty, shoot black people because edgy bullshit. I fucking hate Call of Duty, but you don't see it as a piece of art or as a thing that people. It's just so a lot of people. Video games are like it's like a toy. It's like a toy maker has gone crazy, and now, oh my god, they're making violent video games. What is this shit? Video games to me are and there are various ways of enjoying a video game. There are like experience ones like The Walking Dead, or recently I've been playing Life is Strange. Life is Strange is a bit of a weird one, okay? Because I am a 22, nearly, my birthday's on Saturday, year-old man, and well, when I was a teenager I was also a dude. Life is Strange has me, a 22-year-old man, take on the life of a 15-year-old American female in high school and deal with all that weird young person stuff. Because of the way that it's mechanically driven and not, like, you can watch a drama about a 15-year-old girl and be like, oh, that's sad, but you can never truly be that person. And video games allow me to make decisions as that person, to actually understand that person in a way that no other medium can. That's pretty fucking great. And then there's also the other kind of video game, which is the frantic, reflex-based madness. Oh, actually no, there's another type of video game that I completely forgot. Strategy games, and I'm not just talking like you move knight and then horses and then fight and then you win. Not that kind of strategy game, like the Guild 2. The Guild 2 is like a weird history-based economic dynasty strategy game. It's all about like competing families and ideologies and economic ideals and building self-designed systems to like make. It's just such a cool game, but it's a strategy game in the sense that there is strategy, but it's not like when people think of strategy they think it's just tanks shooting each other in the side until one of them blows up. Like actual strategy, like
my brain was engaged to work out how I could transport fish from Edinburgh to Denmark in time to sell it before it rotted, or if there was a way that I could somehow like go past the Sweden way, and then because it's worth more in Sweden as well, and then you sell it in Sweden, and then is there a good that I can then bring back to the UK, or perhaps take another detour to Denmark with some of the more expensive goods, and like shelf life of products versus like, if you get cotton doesn't like go out of date, so is cotton worth it, but the profit margins are less, and then there's the risk of piracy, and like, that is cool.
I am not a Dutch man from the 1400s who happens to own a small business, but I have ran the life of a Dutch man who owns a small business in the 1400s. This video is really scatterbrained. Then there's the other side of video games that I also really enjoy, which is the mainly shooters, although other genres have this kind of fast pace, madness, reflex, click time kind of nature to video games. I play a lot of Counter-Strike Go, Battlefield 4, and Insurgency, and all the fun. Like, you're like, oh god, they're man in that position, guys, the man in that position. You're like, on comms, teammates, you're like, this is Bravo Tango Cheesecake. We have at least 12 confirmed bogeys in Sector 2, requesting airstrike, and then like, Jack flies over in a jet, and bam, and then like, we move in, and like, and then it's like, oh god, he's at long range, and I only have an MP45, and then, oh, strategy, and there's also that kind of video game, which is also fucking amazing. And just, like, video games, man, I think they get a bad rap because the mainstream media is about scaremongering and not facts. So that's quite annoying. And as there's a generation of people who, like my generation, is nearly firmly, the majority of them, integrated in some kind of video games. And even these days, oh god, side note completely, and I don't even know if this will make it into the video, but let's go for it, right? People get really angry about this gender divide of video games. Everyone says these days that the amount of gamers is 50-50-ish, because and then the large majority of like male console, bro, and PC gamers will be like, well, all those women are playing on mobile platforms, and mobile platforms is not real gaming. And those guys are pricks for saying that, because they don't mean it in the sense that mobile games aren't, like, mechanically aren't games. What they mean is, like, oh well, because they don't play Arma 3 hardcore mode, Candy Crush isn't a real game. But here's the thing, right? Candy Crush is not a real game. Candy Crush is what is known as a gamatized Skinner box, okay? Do you know the Skinner box? The rat, and then food, and then just keeps wanting the food. If you don't, that was a great explanation, Niall. Well done. There's this whole argument to be had about the difference between games, which are mechanic-based, not necessarily reward systems, but experience systems, or reward systems, or skill-based systems. That kind of thing, or indeed just mechanics for telling stories. But one thing that I will not tolerate being called a video game is Skinner boxes that are electronic, okay? That is not okay, and the majority of mobile games are designed not to be fun, not to be games, but to extract money from you. To manipulate your brain and use systems that are designed to have fun to take your money. Let's not have a conversation about whether or not mobile games are, like, really games because, oh, well, Candy Crush isn't as hardcore. Candy Crush is fucking exploitative, okay? It is using something that I think is great and has the potential to teach you about experiences and cultures and genders that you can never experience. But instead, let's manipulate 35-year-old women into spending half of their paycheck for the day so they can have another go on Candy Crush. Well done, games industry. GG. Oh yeah, and I'd also like to, while saying games industry then, the games industry and games themselves, okay? Everything I just said, I was mainly talking about games, like the actual physical. How do I not have a game within reaching distance of my person? But I was talking about games then. The game industry, on the other hand, is really fucked up. Well done, Niall. You have made this editing for yourself really, really difficult. Good. Well done. GG.